Hello, and welcome back to CP Stated, the podcast where we explore the people, ideas, and innovations powering progress for individuals with disabilities in New York State and beyond. We are excited to continue our tech series kicking off 2026, where CP Stated discovers how technology and innovation are enhancing the lives of the IDD community. In this episode, Brianne Flewelling from Racker sits down with three members of GameU, an organization that takes virtual learning to a whole new level. Their STEAM-based curriculum was developed by gaming and technology professionals and designed to turn your students' screen time into valuable skills that are productive and meaningful, all from the comfort of home. GameU is committed to an inclusive model that also focuses on empowering individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in the high-tech space. Brianne chats with Brett Winters, Director of Enrollment Services, Susan Kittle, Lead Generation Specialist, and Adam Coleman, Senior Instructor and Trial Team Manager. They focus on the mission and approach of GameU, including their core offerings and the impact made in the community by connecting technology and inclusion.
Back to another episode of CP Stated. We're here today with some people from GameU. This is our first video that we are having with audio and video, so it's a bit exciting here for us. We're here with Brett from GameU, Susan, and Adam. Thank you guys all for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Of course. We're kind of continuing on as through our podcast where we're kind of featuring different internet technology areas that are, really assisting in the disability world right now. Today, we're going to explore how digital game design and STEAM learning can empower learners from all backgrounds and contribute to community inclusion and opportunity. So kind of my first question, because it was the first question I had about this podcast, is, what is GameU?
That's a great question, Brianne.
I want to take that away.
Absolutely. Thank you. And again, thank you so much for having us all here today. Yeah, GameU, sometimes the name is a little deceiving. Our students, over 1,600 amazing students in our program, are not playing video games when they're with GameU. I often joke, I say they're doing that on their own time. When they're with GameU, they are truly learning in a fun and engaging way. We teach our students in an online live platform. We use Zoom, and it's one-to-one, one instructor to one student. And we teach them all different aspects of game design. We teach them coding and programming, 3D modeling, animation, creative story writing, video editing, music editing. We're even teaching our students now voiceover acting. So we are able to fully teach our students all different aspects. And again, teaching one-to-one, we're customizing the curriculum for every single individual, their learning style and their interests.
That's really awesome. Brett and Susan know about this, but obviously all our listeners don't. I'm assisting an individual right now with signing up for these classes, and it's been really great just with our introductory outline, just talking about the interests. What are they hoping to gain from this? And it was really great to sit down and, hear the answers. I gave no suggestions, so it was just, what are you hoping to gain? And it was just, sometimes just a little simple answer of how to use a computer. And I was like, all right, how to use a computer. So it was really great for that. I mentioned a moment ago STEAM, and again, we're trying to make sure everyone listening kind of knows what we're chatting about. Brett or Susan, do you mind letting us know what STEAM stands for?
Yeah.
Or Adam, if you'd like. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, this is right in where my powerhouse is. STEAM is science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. It used to be STEM, and we branched it over to include art. Art is a skill set, just like engineering and math. Right? There are you can get better when you practice at it, stuff like that, and they're usually synonymous. Even now we're including. I think you said this is the first podcast to go out with video, correct? Right? And visuals are a powerful, powerful thing. They're a really, really good tool, right? And so that art actually needed to be in there. But it is all the collective kind of learning and stuff like that that encompasses almost everything in the world today, right? So.
No, and that's great. That's great. I kind of, we already touched upon this a little, but I just really wanted to recap, what's making GameU different from other coding and video game classes. And some notes I kind of, threw out there was the one-on-one instruction, which is just amazing to have that time where it's not, a whole classroom of people. It's just really one-to-one, teacher to student, accessible learning to find different ways to assist individuals with learning this technology. And one thing that I'm going to let maybe Brett or Susan, I can't remember who has more of, especially in this area, about the instructors and how they have behavioral training every month.
Yes, yeah, it's a great point, Brianne. We understand, and that's also why we teach one-to-one, is that everybody learns differently, everybody thinks differently, everybody has different abilities, right? And that makes the world go round. I always say it'd be a pretty boring place if everybody was the same. So teaching one-to-one gives us that opportunity to customize that curriculum for that individual, their learning style or interests. And yes, our instructors are trained in behavioral supports monthly. So they understand how to work with our student population, how to redirect and to see if they are engaged and on task and to help them in that way. And not only are they trained in behavioral supports, but they are also, which is one of the most important things, they are all kind, they're caring, and they're patient individuals, and they become mentors for our students. So it's a wonderful and just a beautiful relationship to see. We've had students with us for years. They work on their project, they move on to the next project. So again, it's a really beautiful thing to see that relationship form and for them to be mentors for our students. Many have worked in the gaming industry, have graduated with degrees in game design, so they have a lot of experience that they can share with their students.
And that's really great. And I remember something from chatting before about how you guys mentioned, they start their intro class and, getting all the technology set up with some different individuals. But once they really start into those classes and trainings, they're working with the same person, able to build that relationship. And I think that's really great because, especially, working with individuals with disability, consistency is such a, valued thing. And it's really great to know that the consistency is able to be given and continue.
Yeah, and that's a great point. The classes are the same day, same time, same instructor every week after they take their free intro class. And most of our students enroll for anywhere between 2 and 6 hours per week. Again, and it doesn't have to be back to back. It could be 1 hour one day, 1 hour the next day. But again, yeah, it's always the same day, same time, same instructor every week.
Consistency is key.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's really great. And we've been chatting about, how our routines are going, different things like that. But I would love to talk about, some of the core offerings of GameU. When I sat recently down with an individual and we kind of did our little intro phone call, what are you interested in? And the list just went on and on. And I was, can you repeat that one for me again? To really just give an opportunity to go through all those different things. So I'd love to go over the different aspects. We get that first phone call, are you interested in this, or this? And I would love to go over, the this and this.
Uh, yeah, well, and I'm happy to give the offerings, then Adam can get a little bit more into it as far as on the tech side. But yes, great point, Brianne. So anyone that is interested in GameU in our program can have a free or experience a free intro class. It's one-to-one, just like our regular classes. And it's a really great way for the individual to see what are they interested in, what's GameU all about, and it's gives us an opportunity as the program and as instructors to learn more about that individual. That's the most important thing, right? We want to learn about them, their interests, their learning style, and then we can create that customized curriculum specifically for that individual, right? Are they interested in coding? Are they interested in digital art? Are they someone that likes to build with Legos and models? And many times there's a correlation between that and 3D modeling, creative writing. If they want to be a YouTuber, well, maybe they should learn valuable skills such as video editing and music editing. And as I mentioned, we also even voiceover acting now, creative writing. So all of us here at GameU always say the same thing, which is we believe there is an avenue of interest for everyone, right? With all our offerings and customizing the curriculum, we really truly believe that. And Adam, if you want to get more into the tech side about things, and I know Susan can talk about our hybrid program as well.
Yeah. It is kind of I don't want to say nearly endless, but we're always exploring new things. We have so many great instructors with GameU, and they come with a lot of different talents from a lot of different fields, right? Myself, I actually teach CompTIA A plus, Network plus, Security plus certifications, right? The list, I kind of have it even for those that are watching. If they can't, if you're just hearing this, I'm pointing to my screen because I actually have a list of our programs there: game design, coding, robotics, Minecraft modding, Roblox, right? Art, and more. And really, what we pride ourselves on is if there's something you want to learn, we will find the right way to teach it to you, right? So there's really no limit to this list. We find ourselves adding more and more every day as a way to continue to reach out and further help that community. So.
Yeah, and one of the nice things too, Brianne, is that all the software we use is not proprietary to GameU. So Adam, his instructors, and all of our instructors, they're utilizing software that is used out in the real world, the gaming world, and other industries. So if anyone's ever looking for potential employment, right, they can put all their experience using that software on a resume, and they can take the projects they've been working on and have them in their portfolio and show a potential employer. So they truly are learning valuable skills, again, in a fun and engaging way.
That is really great.
Absolutely.
And I think something, I really want to highlight, because we were talking about before, is a lot of these people doing the classes with the individuals, with the students, really have a lot of background and a lot of credentials and a lot of cool things they've been doing. And Adam didn't, throw that out there, but like Adam worked at NASA.
Yeah,
So,
he doesn't like to brag about it, but
I know.
absolutely.
So like those are things to brag about, and it's really cool to have those backgrounds. And if Brett's trying to convince me to do a class right now. So there's
All
like,
ages, all abilities, Brianne.
Right.
that's the cool thing of like, that's one of those selling points. Like, some of the people on the team, they worked at NASA. And so that's just really cool. And it's really cool to highlight those specific things that, the employees working at GameU have accomplished.
We have. And the founder of our company, as a matter of fact, Mike Kawas, was an integral part.
LucasArts.
LucasArts, yeah. And maybe George Lucas. Some people have heard of George Lucas and Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Mike was an integral part working at LucasArts as the art director, and he helped make the video game, the Star Wars video game franchise.
Yep.
He was a big part of that.
I've seen that many times. My husband loves to play all the Star Wars. We have a Star Wars themed bathroom in my house.
Nice.
It's the Imperial Sunset, one of the colors of the painted walls.
Love it.
No, that's really great. And I'd really love to talk about, the hybrid options that I know Susan's been working on with schools and with day programs. I know that's something right now, for those who are watching or have heard me before, I am at Racker, and it's something I'm really trying, going to send that email soon to, something that would be really helpful for a lot of individuals that I personally know. So Susan, if you're able to kind of chat about that a little.
I'd be happy to. So I'm just going to say that my field has been here for over 25 years with the rest of you. I came to GameU a few months ago, but I did start in day treatment. That's how long ago I've been around and how long ago I started. But GameU's hybrid program is bringing a fresh new perspective, very unique to day program services. We're so excited because it's designed for group settings. It's tailored to diverse abilities, just like Brett said about all abilities program. And it aligns with life plan goals, makes it a supportive lifelong learning in a fun, engaging environment. And the three things that I'll mention that'll stand out to most of you is, it's on a platform called Orbit, which is our most engaging platform ever for teaching games. It's clear, structured based learning, and it's every student who's registered has unlimited access to it. So they can log in from home and they can enhance their experience with friends and family and share what they're doing while they're at day program at home. And then we have live instruction. So our instructors are obviously industry aligned with training and game development, and they focus on assisting with setting up a successful learning environment. We want it to be fun. We want it to be successful. They're trained by special ed teachers, as Brett mentioned, and behaviorists, very caring, patient instructors who align with providers in the field. I've been so impressed from being a provider for over 30 years that I get to see that every day. So it's really exciting. Training for your staff. That's the third piece of Hybrid Plus. It's designed to enable staff that might have a limited game development experience. And their expertise doesn't have to be in game development. They just have to have an interest in supporting the people that they support who might have an interest. But it's a very collaborative learning environment. It's up to 30 people. If you have a day hab with 5 sites, you can utilize that still, as long as everyone has the live instruction at the same time. It's also recorded. So if someone's sick or there's a snow day, like all the snow we've been getting here in New York, it still builds that sense of community and social integration that everyone is already doing in the virtual tech world, and it supports people of all abilities to utilize the strength and their abilities to participate and strengthen those. And we have a significant focus on inclusion and accessibility. As Brett mentioned, and Adam, we have a full accessibility suite so that everyone can have a successful opportunity to participate. We have very unique rewarding moments and challenges. Increased confidence is huge. Independent learning, creative expression, building that safe and supportive environment in partnership with you. It helps people feel really less anxious and accepted. It helps with task management, goal setting, exposure to technology, increased fine motor skills. And Brett already stole my thunder because I always say to people when I present, don't count anyone out. Offer everyone the opportunity that you can. Maybe they've never tried gaming before. Maybe they're on laptops, tablets, cells. There can be power in the screen time. It's really exciting. And currently, as we speak, GameU is creating a short documentary style video to help other day programs and families understand what Hybrid Plus is. So we'll be sharing that as well. And just, I'm preaching to the choir. I know this, but everyone possesses unique strengths. Challenges don't define potential, but the right support unlocks it. So that's kind of my little spiel. I know it was a little long-winded, but trying to get in all the details because I'm so excited about working there. And
No, that's really great. It's really great. And we can hear the excitement. So whether they see it or hear it, it's really great. And it's something, you know, how long's GameU been around for? Can you remind me?
Yeah, 13
I
years.
guess 14.
13 years.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we say it all the time. We are so grateful for the community. We really don't advertise much, and we're invited on podcasts like this. Thank you so much, Brianne. And we go to events, but every day we are getting referrals from individuals in the community, families, brokers, agencies, and just advocating for our program. They truly understand and see the benefits for our students and their enjoyment. And so again, we're just so grateful for that. That again, we have that support from the community. It's really important. And I've said it, I'll say it again. Our students are amazing. They're capable. They have the abilities. So give them the opportunity. And Susan, myself, Adam, all of us. That's our philosophy.
And this is the buzz that everybody has. We're all excited all the time. So imagine like working in a place that everyone is excited about what we do. And, I also get to work with Brett very closely on all abilities because it's a lot of brokers and FIs, which people are just thrilled with. I mean, parents call us, brokers call us. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Like everybody's happy.
Yeah. And you mentioned FIs for those that have self-direction, have their FI. We will direct bill the FI. So individuals don't have to pay anything out of pocket or wait to get reimbursed or anything like that. And we'll work with the FI directly in that capacity.
So very important because it takes that reimbursement piece out. And, we know that the economy is rough and it's a great option and opportunity for families. So no one's left in the dark.
No, that's really great. And I know when we were chatting before, this is for everyone of all ages, of all backgrounds. It's not something that's just closed to a certain type of group or a certain age. It's really just open to anyone who's willing to learn. Which is really great. And I just, I asked, when GameU was created, because, it's 2026 and the technology from this is going to age myself and maybe age it not in a way that you guys want, but I graduated high school in 2015. So even the education and technology we had, 11 years ago to now is just insane, even when, I was in college. And it's really great that we've hit a point where these things are available. You mentioned, if there's three different counties or groups of day habs to get together. Like that's not something we could have done, 20
Right.
years ago that we can do now to really COVID really, affected everyone, affected this country, but technology, I think, is really something that helped a lot to keep people together. We were doing different Zoom classes and different things like that to really keep people connected. As when zoos, we're doing live streaming. So different things like that. And it's been really great to see, what technology has done to really help in this field. And I mean, help everyone, but really specifically, if Pandora's not playing here at the house, music's not on 24/7. Um, it's great that, it's not just the radio. I can Google any song at any time and pop it on. I don't have to have just a CD that happens to have that song. And it's just been really great, that this is such a positive way that technology is being used. Not that it's necessarily used in a bad way, which I mean, everything can be used in a bad way, but like it's a very positive lighted thing and something, that really, makes everyone excited.
Yeah, yeah, and even us being on a virtual platform using Zoom, again, any virtual platform, you find yourself in the professional field, meetings every day, right? That's how you're speaking with colleagues, or and we feel that's important. We talk about life skills. That is something as people get older and they go to the workforce or college. Yeah, you have to present well, right, on Zoom, or you have to, it's live. You're with other colleagues or other people, so to be able to conduct yourself properly in that environment is important.
Oh, that's really great. I mean, last training video, I mean, we knew today we were recording live, so I'm sure all of us put maybe a little extra effort into our appearance. Last time we all met, I had a headband in my hair and a ponytail. Tim mentioned that I look different every time he sees me. So this morning I put a little more effort into myself because I knew everyone was going to see me today. Which is just, funny, but it's the livelihood of, this isn't a phone call, it's live and everyone can see you.
Mhm.
But we're talking about the videos and meeting up and different things like that. So I'd love to talk about your guys' collabs and your workshops you have. Because we've talked about everyone getting together on Zoom and we've had this one-on-one instruction, but you guys also have different opportunities that may not be as structured and kind of gives an opportunity for individuals to meet. So I'd love for you guys to talk about the collabs and to talk about the different workshops that you guys do.
Yeah, so our collabs, because we teach one-to-one, we do realize that socialization is a big component of what we do. And so we've created collabs where supervised by us in a safe online environment. We create a Zoom room, and it's our collabs, and we have 2 or 3 of them a day. Anyone that is enrolled in GameU can go to these collabs and interact with other students and engage and show off their projects. And it's really amazing to see, even students that may be shy at first, well, they're building their confidence, right? That independence, and they're going to these collabs and they are discussing their projects with other students. They are interacting with like-minded peers. So again, it's just a wonderful thing to see. And again, we talk about those life skills that I mentioned, right? That confidence, that independence, the socialization to get together with other like-minded peers. We also have workshops where very similar to our collabs, where they're not showing off the projects they're working on, but they can work on a new skill. So we have character design nights, we have game nights, we have other kinds of workshops, video editing nights, where they can learn a new skill set. And again, be in that environment with other like-minded peers, with other students. They can interact with them and socialize with them. So it's a really great opportunity for our students, and we encourage them. We say you should go to the collabs. You have a great project you're working on. Go show it off. Go show it to your other peers. So it's worked out really well, and we're glad that we can provide those 2 platforms for our students.
That's really great. And are your collabs, you said every day, is that like a Monday through Friday, a Sunday through Saturday?
Yeah, we do have them Monday through Friday,
Okay.
and they're announced throughout the day.
I was gonna say it's actually every day of the week. We have them
Oh, it's
7
Saturday and Sunday as well.
Yep.
Oh, great. Thank you, Adam.
That's
So
really
there we go.
awesome.
Even better. 7 days a week. Yeah.
No, and that's really great because, traditionally a lot of people have potentially something, Monday through Friday, whether they're in school in a different day hab, they're at work.
Yep.
So it's really great to know that, there is something available on the weekends that gives that same social aspect that if, they don't want to go out and about, go to the movies with some friends or go out shopping, they're still able to have that connection for the individuals that, really don't want to go out and about, but still get that, the friendship and socialization aspect that they could have.
Or they're
Yeah, and a lot of
stuck in a
our
snowstorm. So I'm sorry. Or they're stuck in a snowstorm.
right?
Yes.
Because they have access or school breaks or
Yeah,
break.
and a lot of our workshops are offered also, after hours, not just in school hours. We also have classes 7 days a week, so we do offer classes on the weekends as well.
Right. Awesome. Awesome. I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
really great to hear.
yeah,
So it's really,
Lots
maybe
of
not 365 days a year. You might be skipping those holidays, I'm assuming. But it's really great to know like these different things are available. So it's not just, they're not just signing up for that one-on-one 1 day a week or, and sometimes I know you said it was up to, more than, a couple hours. It's really has a bunch of different opportunities available to really, round out what they want to do and the different things available to them.
yeah, and that's what we say too, right? It's up to those individuals, how many hours or how many classes per week they'd like to take, what works for their budget, what other programs are they also taking within the community. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
so
great. And I like that the workshops, there's different things. So they may be signed up for video editing, but then jumped on a creative writing
yeah,
workshop in that they found a new interest that they may have not known ahead of time, which I
that's right.
think is like really great to have that available. Adam, I
Yeah.
saw you unmuted yourself. You got something to throw out there? You're just
No,
popping it.
no.
I just
Hey,
wanted to
it's
make
one of those
sure.
things. Yeah. Well, meeting people's schedules and everything else like that. Our instructors are here, to midnight Eastern, right? We're all Eastern time. We have students all over the country. In fact, we have some students in Europe. We have students all over the world, really. And so our hours are kind of very open. So we try to match people's schedules and work with them.
No, that's really great and very accommodating. And I kind of want to throw out, we were having technical difficulties the other day when I was trying to start up, just getting the computer up and running for the first time for an individual. And I spent over a half an hour just on video chat trying to figure out why it wasn't working. Come to find out the motherboard, whatever the motherboard is, because I don't know what a motherboard is. It's
We'll have to
very
ask
There,
Adam.
Brianne. I'm with you.
Ask Adam. I don't know.
and they could tell by just the video of me showing them the back of the system, which was really great. But what was really great about that is it wasn't just, hey, you need to get a new computer. It was, hey, let me send you this giant document and show what different, laptops or computers, desktop, all these different things you may want for what you want to do. We even got to our local Best Buy because that was our preferred store for that moment, and figured out a computer that they had in stock we could go and buy. And it was just really great. It wasn't just, you need a new computer, here you go. It really went down to we picked out a computer together. I showed the individual, hey, this one's got all the bells and whistles and lights and all of this stuff. And she's like, that's so cool. And she's so hyped. It's not in yet, hopefully in soon, because I didn't actually end up having it in stock. It was a display unit. But it's really great because it's in and it's something that really got her excited to even start this program even more, to have some new technology to work with.
And that's a really great point, Brianne. I'm glad you bring that up. You mentioned accommodating, right? That's what we want to do. We want to accommodate all of our students. We want to help them out. Even before the free intro class, we have a free setup where we help set up the computer. We install free software so they can take the intro class, make sure it's running well, so there aren't those frustrating moments, when they're taking their intro class and then they should enroll. And our IT department is always available. We pride ourselves on that. Even if someone's not a student yet, like you said. We're happy to help them out, accommodate them, give suggestions on what kind of computers they can purchase for the program. And all they need, by the way, is a laptop or a desktop with a camera. So
Yes,
if
yeah,
they
but
do
just
have that,
specifically, we got a really fancy one because what
yeah.
the individual I'm helping support, she wants to do fancy things, so we're getting a fancy computer,
Nice.
and we need it to light up and all of this fun stuff. It's all made out of glass. It's really cool, but it's something that makes her excited to use this technology and to start these classes. And that's, at the end of the day, as long as she's happy and excited, I'm gung ho, let's do it.
So are we. So are we.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of, different things, I guess, we kind of talked about a lot of the things already that I continue to want to talk about. So I wonder if let's take like a moment, and Brett, do you mind showing the video of some of the student projects?
Do I mind? Not at all. I brag about our students every day. 1,600 students, by the way, I do a lot of bragging because they are amazing. So these are student projects, right? We mentioned our classes it's project-based learning. And so these are all student projects that they've been working on. And
So those who are listening, you're not going to be able to see it. And this might be cut out by Tim, so we'll find out.
all right. Now, are you
really
able?
excited to see these again.
Let's see here. Are you able to see that?
Yep.
Wonderful. Right. And so you'll see also on the bottom, we talked about the software that they use, right? Not proprietary to GameU. So here, Maya, Blender, that's 3D modeling software that our students are using to create these projects. Unity, right? Some maybe heard of Unity or Unreal Engine. A little bit of digital art, right? Some animation. And again, even if you're not a gamer, but you're a traditional artist, you want to learn how to draw or paint, it's a wonderful opportunity for someone. A little Indiana Jones-esque, right? Construct 3, again, another program. Kind of like old school Pong for those soccer fans. This is a digital coloring book, sketching the lines, using a color tablet. And again, we always say, there is no limits to what you can create. Right?
These are so cool.
Yeah, digital art, another 2D art, Krita. Scratch is a coding and programming. Just visual scripting or block coding, as they call it. Maybe some old school Zelda fans. At least I not forget our soundtrack was also made by a student who likes to create beats. Oops, excuse me. Got excited.
No, I love that, everyone's name's on here. I obviously don't know who Thomas K is, who's right on here, but it's really great, to give that ownership to everybody.
Absolutely.
It's,
Yeah.
This is a different thing someone's done.
Some Mario and Luigi fans, maybe? And you can see the different projects. Some are more intricate, right? Some are a bit more simpler or not so intricate. And so everybody starts off, most people start off in the very beginning, right? They don't know anything, and that's okay, right? That's what we're here to do. We're here to teach them and help them. And if you have an idea that you want to make, whether it's digital art or game design, we can make it become reality for you and help you and teach you how to learn those skills.
Well, it's really great. I'm sure, obviously you might know some of them, or the teachers or instructors may know more, but I'm sure a lot of these projects, are very personality based, and if you haven't seen who made it yet, and there might be an instructor and they see it and they're like, oh yes, Blink definitely made that.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's really, from teacher's standpoint, really knowing the individuals you're supporting and, their likes and dislikes, and really what they're into. And I think that's really cool.
That's one of the cool things we actually do here is that it is when we say fully customized, getting to know someone, right? And it's the direction of the project that you want to work on. We're going to find a way, project-based, right, with curriculum to actually have you meet those goals. So if you can imagine it, we can make it happen, make it show up on the screen for you.
Oh, that's really awesome. That's really awesome. So I have a little question for everyone, and you guys might know it right off the bat. You might not, you might have to think about it. And I really want, our listeners and viewers to think about it too, but what skill would you want to learn if you could build it through a game? And for me, I use games as stress relief. I've announced it to all of my coworkers that if I go home and I just can, do some things on Fortnite, I'm a happy camper because I really just need that stress relief. And sometimes it's also just mindlessly breaking blocks in Minecraft and just tearing down an entire mountain. And so the skill I want is stress relief. Whatever is going to give me the stress relief I desire, the break, the mindlessness, that's what that is for me.
Love it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do use that. I think that's great, Brianne, right? Stress relief, almost therapy in a sense, right? To kind of take yourself away from reality, away from the world. And it's great. It's a wonderful thing.
I just thought it'd be a nice thing, give everyone a little thinking there. Um, and then I kind of wanted to chat back with Adam a little more just to kind of talk about your specific role with everybody, whether it's your team, some of the students that are joining. And then if you could, maybe just, and Brett might be able to, Susan, Adam, any of you guys can pop on to just kind of, a positive moment from doing these classes. I'm going to steal one of the ones Brett has already given me just for kind of an example. But I remember Brett, talking about a time that you've hopped on with a student and they were so shy and so scared to talk. Well, maybe not scared to talk, but not into the comfortable sense. And then you hopped on a collab and they were talking a mile a minute. And it's just really great, those types of moments that may not be necessarily, what keeps you going, but it's the things that really, add to that bank to keep you going. I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
please, Adam.
I was gonna say, if for me, um, I know I'm a constant learner myself, right? I love to learn, and it's those indelible moments that those moments, those aha moments that stick with you, and when you can see them actually have one of those, right? And I do teach some of our students. So I am a senior instructor and the trial team manager here, but I do have my own students that I teach. But it's those aha moments, right? And a good example is something like binary. It's zeros and ones, right? I'm gonna get techie and geeky for 2 seconds, right? Zeros and ones, and how do we understand it, and what do they do, right? But zero turns something off. It means that it's false. It's a true or false, off or on, right? One is on, right? But the cool thing is, and we all have these, our phones and stuff like that. If you look at the power button on anything, did you know it's a zero with a one over the top of it? It's a zero and a one, right? But there's that aha moment. You're going to remember binary because if you look at your phone, it's a zero with a one on it. So providing those moments where you know they're going to remember it, it's something that's useful, right? Especially if they're in programming or into computers and stuff like that. That's a toggle. That's a binary. That's off and on. That's a zero and a one, right? So it's those moments that for me, I really enjoy in providing those. So.
I get that. And I feel like that's like really big from a teacher standpoint. I have a teaching background. I've actually never taught in a classroom, but I went to school for it. But I've ended up here in managing a residential house for individuals with developmental and intellectual disabilities. And it's been really great. And wherever life leads you. But it's really great to have those moments. And those are really the moments that I've really enjoyed working in the field that I've worked in is, the moment when an individual, I don't have to make the toast for you and they know how to use the toaster. And while some little things like the binary, it's something that we may take for granted in our individual lives is something to really that is such a proud moment for individuals. And it's really great to see that and to be able to, live through that.
Brianne, I was at an event a couple years ago. And I know, I love to share this story because I think of it all the time. We were at an event and a parent came up to me and said, Brett, I want to let you know something that my child is in your program. They are verbal, right? He's verbal, he speaks, but doesn't really share anything with me, doesn't really speak to me much. And she said, he's now in your program and he will not stop. He's blabbing blah, 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 about coding and programming, and I don't even know what he's talking about. But the fact is, he's sharing with me, and I can see his enjoyment that he's getting and his learning from your program, from your All Abilities program. And we hugged it out, we teared it out. It was such a wonderful moment, and it will stick with me every single day. And there's so many of those that myself and Susan and Adam that we all have these success stories, and to me, that one always sticks with me. It was a wonderful moment, and so again, give them the opportunity. Right, our students are amazing; they truly are. And Susan, if you have any story to share,
do.
you've
I
also been.
do. So because I've been in the field for so long, I get the privilege to talk to people who have boots on the ground every day. And I make a lot of phone calls. I talk to a lot of brokers, a lot of FI, a lot of day hab staff. And it's just been a really wonderful experience because a lot of people think we just do game design and coding. So getting on the phone to share with them that we have all of these other options and people have an opportunity to do something they would have. It's such a unique opportunity. Like they're already like having parents call me right away, or, like just everybody's like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. I have all these people on my caseload. I'm always looking for something. And it's just nice to have that. It's, I don't, it's an aha moment for sure, but it's just really, it's exciting. And then I think my other moment is just working here at GameU because everybody every day is an aha moment. It truly is. I say it all the time. Like if you go to Trader Joe's, it's usually a bunch of people that maybe have been retired and they're happy wearing fun shirts. And you walk in and I'm like, "What are you so happy about?" And they're like, "Because I'm somewhere where I really love. Like we get to wear cool shirts." And Brett and I just went down to New York City and did an event with over 700-800 people, and I got to do the same thing. We talked all day, and you never get tired talking about it because people are so excited, especially the ones that have never heard of us. I mean, certainly the ones that have heard of us because they stick around with us, but it's an exciting place to be. And, I think it's our students gain that purpose and confidence. And for some pathways, it leads to employment. And for some, it's continued education. And it's really a full holistic experience. And, towards the end of my career, it's just really nice to be somewhere where you can bring something out to the community that truly makes a difference. And it's just very, very unique. So those are my two ahas.
Yeah, no, that's really great. And the excitement factor
Yeah.
is really great. I was actually talking with our behavioral specialist here at Racker today, telling her about this, and she was sitting there like on the edge of her seat, excited to hear about, because she's heard about GameU, but not necessarily everything. And I was like, give me just 1 second. And I grabbed my outline and I just like went down it.
Yeah.
And it was really great because she's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know all this. And I was like, there is so much. And then I was like, there's going to be a podcast out soon. And so,
And so often we're talking to, staff on the phone and they're like, "Oh, well, I want to take it," or "I want my child." I had a CEO who's taking classes now because she's like, "Oh, I want to learn how to do YouTube. I want to create my own YouTube channel." So it truly is for all abilities. I know we say that a lot, but it really is. And it's just, it makes a world of difference in everyone's life. And it's just a good feeling to be here.
that's really great. Well, I'm going to kind of, before I wrap it up to, talk about, if people hearing this are interested in what the next steps up, is there anything that you guys kind of like want to throw in last minute a little bit more? If not, I know I learned so much in the 3 times that we've talked that I'm sure if we talk 6 more times, I'll learn a little bit more each time. So you guys are doing so much and so many good things that there's just so much, that you guys are doing. There's so much to learn.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say one of the things, and Susan hit on it, is that, we highly encourage anyone that knows anyone or, people on your caseload to give that free intro class a try. Because again, sometimes you don't know what you're truly interested in, and we can introduce that to you. And with all our offerings, again, I think that happens pretty often where people are like, "Oh, this isn't going to work for this individual," and we're like, "Give them the opportunity."
Yeah.
And that introduction class, like I said, it's a free opportunity. It's 1 hour, and really just to experience what GameU is all about. And for us, the most important thing to learn about that individual, right? Their learning style, their interests. So I highly encourage anyone, yeah, please take the free intro class. Please give yourself the opportunity.
And if I could add on to that, Brianne, what Brett just said, I think send it to everyone because a lot of people are like, I think of 1 or 2 people in mind who might like gaming. And even when I tell them about all the other things, I'm like, send it to everybody, let them decide. That's why we're in the self-direction model, right? So that everyone can have an opportunity. It's presented to them and they can make that decision. You don't have to like gaming, but you might want to sing or make music. Take our sound design classes. You might like mapping. We have digital mapping. You might like voiceover.
Photography.
Voiceover acting has become huge, and so has creative writing. When I call people, are like, I know exactly who I'm going to send to it. So send it to everybody. Let everyone have an opportunity to check us out. I'm also going to be presenting to CP State for two committees coming up, one for FI, one for DayHab. So I'll let you know that. Brett will probably be with me. So if
That's
people want to
awesome.
have a smaller, a Q&A question time period, we'll be there.
That's really great because I'm sure a lot of people listening right now have a lot of questions, and it'll be really great to, where to find those answers or how to get in touch. So for anyone who is, looking to check out the website or sign up for a free introductory class, we're going to attach all of our URLs in the description of our podcast. So it's a quick and easy get to where you need to get to type of situation. And for anyone listening, you can hit, whether you're on Spotify, Apple Music, any of the platforms that we are on, go ahead and subscribe so we can hear. We're really working through a lot of different technology, things that are available, that you may not know that are available, like GameU. So please, give a listen, check it out, and send it to everybody you know.
We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
And yes, and thank you, Brett, Susan, Adam, for joining us today. In all of our planning meetings, we spent a lot of time really mapping out this episode and what we really wanted to tell everybody about. And it's been a really great time, chatting with everybody.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Brianne. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you, everyone here, all the viewers. Please check us out.
Thank you for tuning into this episode of CP Stated. We hope you enjoyed learning about the role of STEAM education and utilizing gaming development to promote inclusion and empowerment from GameU. For those interested in GameU, visit game-u.com. Workshops and game nights and other curriculum-based programming is available for all ability levels and interests. Don't forget to catch all the CP Stated and CP Short Stated episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and most other major podcast platforms. Our tech series continues in the weeks to come, as well as more new and exciting topics to be shared in both audio and video formats as we continue to explore the disability service field.